the road home. Things tend to come in threes. Well, it seems like I get confirmations on everything I'm studying all the time, and I always get confirmations on it. And they tend to come in series of three. You know, I'm reading about the tracker chips and it also comes in with the Sunday laws. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, you need to look this stuff up. You know, RIFD and the blue laws, and you know, just the beast system. We've been living in a beast system for thousands of years. Okay, so this, you know, mark of the beast stuff. There's always been some distinguishing characteristic to separate the world of men from the world of Elohim. Yahuwah is the king of the universe. It's his universe. It's his eternal time clock that he established. And this earth is basically the battleground, and has always been the battleground between two paradigms, between the people who want to do it his way and the people who want to do it their own way. And humans' default position when they are without Elohim is to go into paganry and make up a god of their own making. That's just man's innate human character. If there is no God, man will make one up, one of his own making. You know, he will make a tool and fashion a god after rock, stone, wood. Or a concept. Communism. In communism, the state is God, and it will not tolerate any gods in its face. Sounds satanic to me. Sounds like one to compete with the king of the universe. And even the so-called atheists, you know, they make an idol of their philosophy or their ideologies or whatever it is. And generally, if you disagree with them or you butt up against them, then they, you know, belittle you and resort to ad hominem attacks. But that's not always the case. Some people, some of the secular humanists out there are actually good people. They just refuse to believe in Yahuwah, Elohim, the King of the universe. They just do not want to go there because they've seen the hypocrisy in the church. They've seen the hypocrisy of religious people. And I admit and agree there is a lot of hypocrisy. But within every church, it doesn't matter if it's a great big mega church with a giant phallic symbol on top of it, or if it's a little bitty home church, there are members within those communities who are actually seeking Elohim. They are seeking to serve Him. They are seeking the betterment of themselves and their communities. And that's always been the case. You know, there are good Christians, there are bad Christians. There are good atheists, there are bad atheists. But there is only one truth, one light, and one way to salvation, to heaven, to all of that. His name is Yahushua HaMashiach. He is the Son of Man, the Son of Adam. He is the righteous King. He is God's anointed, and we have simply to make the choice whether we choose to serve Him or we serve another. If man does not serve the King of the universe, then there is always a tyrant to come in and take his place. And what we're seeing right now with this great transition from, here in the West, from liberty unto tyranny, is just the same historical pattern being repeated. It's just the same thing being done over and over again. And it is true. Those who do not learn from history are doomed to repeat it. And here we are in the cycle of decline. And the righteous king is either embracing us for turning to him or laughing on our faces for thinking that we could have it our own way. So there's a lot to answer for. Because we, the sheeple, have allowed ourselves to become deluded, lazy, complacent. And we've allowed our so-called betters to propagandize us into a false sense of security. And we have not been diligent to protect those freedoms that our founders established and told us that we should vigilantly guard. And we've allowed ourselves to believe that government, instead of being like fire, a dangerous servant at best, has become an awful and fearful master at its worst. Because we believe this false precept that somehow government was going to protect us and nurture us and keep us safe and tuck us in at night and allow us to call it mommy. There's no wonder that our health is declining, that our intelligence is hitting record lows, that we're experiencing cultural disintegration, that we're seeing gender confusion. Now we are in the symptoms of fiscal collapse, because all of the roots of this are spiritual. We are spiritually and morally bankrupt because we have been allowed to believe that we can do whatever we want and there are no consequences. Well, that goes against natural law. So we've been fatted and primed for slaughter. We have abdicated our responsibilities and our obligations to our own health, to our own liberty, to our own peace, to our own security, and put it in the hands of those who have been found not worthy. We have given up our moral obligation and our humane responsibility take care of ourselves. And so we've allowed corrupt interests to come in and poison and pollute us. Through the food, through the water, in the air. All of these wonderful conveniences are weapons. And we are conveniently cutting our own throats over time. We are dying very slowly. And in the process, those who have been found unworthy are extracting your wealth and your life over time. So what do we do about this? It's up to you individually to make the changes that are necessary for your survival, preservation of your posterity. I can tell you that the rulers don't eat what we eat. They don't drink what we drink. They're stuck with the air. And it's all having its desired flow back. And it is desired because these people's hubris is insane. They're going to destroy this wonderful creation in the process of trying to control it. Manipulate it. They put themselves in the place of Elohim, calling themselves Elohim. And because they have titles behind their names, we naively just comply with whatever it is they say and whatever it is they tell us to do. It's time to take it back, because this road ends in death. It's time to do a nationwide and worldwide recall of the rulers. And of course, they're not just going to, abdicate their crowns. The only thing they fear is losing their power. And that's why they continue to tell you that you have no power. And we go on believing it. Time to wake up. Time to take it back. Their power is ours. We have given up our responsibility and our liberty through our complacency. We go on saying, "Give me convenience or give me death." How pathetic. And if you don't believe that, you know how it goes. This is not the channel you're looking for.